Hey, what's up, TruExperience Nation? It's Richie here to help you learn how to experience the absolute most out of life through personal growth and personal development, simply by sharing what's worked for me in the past, what's working for me now, based off stuff I've learned in books, podcasts, from mentors, seminars, and of course, my personal experiences. Guys, we're on this journey together, and if you're new around here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, and if you have been around here, welcome back. If you enjoy this type of content, then you might want to consider subscribing to the YouTube channel or following this page wherever you're seeing this at, and coming back for more. Man, I want y'all to hang out with me more. We drop a lot of content. Today, we are continuing on with the book, 30 Days to a Better You by Tiffany Malott. Each day, she's got some good little nuggets that we're going over. Today's 21. 21, and it is feed your mind with empowering information. All right, empowering means, well, when you read it, when you soak it up, you feel empowered, you feel good, maybe even invincible. That's the kind of stuff we want to get into. They open up this book by saying G-I-G-O, not G.I. Joe, which I personally, had a ton of G.I. Joes. G-I-G-O, meaning garbage in, garbage out. Quite simply, if you put a bunch of negative BS, nonsense in your mind, if you think these things, that's just what you're going to manifest, man. That is what you are going to experience in life. There's no way around it. If you're a negative Nancy, you're just going to be negative. The negative things are going to be going on in your life. So you have to take note and be careful what you're constantly feeding your mind. Be careful of the stuff you're reading. Be careful of the stuff you're constantly reading, constantly watching, constantly listening to, whether it be music or the folks you're around, because it does impact you. It impacts you on a negative or a positive scale, depending on what you're letting go in there. Why not choose to put empowering information in your mind on a consistent basis? Guys, I wish I could get this point across how important this is. Some people, if you're new to personal development, you think this is garbage, like it's not. It's true. What you put in is what you are going to get out. There's no other way around it. And I'm going to say, like, we talk about books and podcasts and all that kind of stuff. One thing that I've noticed that's really negative, and you got to be careful of this because I'm guilty of this, is comments on social media. Like, if I go on Twitter, it's almost like I dread going on there, and it's like I'm punishing myself. And I'm stopped doing what I've been doing, which, whether it's political or religious stuff, I'll immediately go to the comments to read the comments because I know it's about to get shredded. And it's like, all I see is pure hate, and it's disgusting, and it's discouraging. It's definitely not empowering, and it gets me fired up. Like, it gets me like amped up, wanting to say something, type out a long message and then delete it and then don't say anything. And it actually makes me edgy to see that much hate, man. Have you ever noticed that? Like, when you're reading comments on something that might be controversial, there's no encouragement. There's no, civilized conversation. There's no each party trying to understand the differences or come to a conclusion. Like, it's just hate. It's like, who can one up the hate? Who can hate more? Who can troll more? Troll, not control, but who can troll, like a troll under the bridge? Like, who can be the worst version of that and just hate and spread negativity, and it impacts you. Be careful about those type of things and letting that kind of stuff be on your mind on a consistent basis, because that's what you're going to get out. I had one, mentor called it the mental projector. And this is a mentor that learned from Jim Rohn, was friends with Jim Rohn and stuff like that. And he would say, positive mental projector, right? Like your mental projector, you control. Y'all remember, have you ever seen It? I'm going to talk about negative stuff, but the remake of It, there's a projector, push the image up on the screen before PowerPoints and computers. You put the slide in there and you click a button and it, rotates the images and push it on the wall, right? Well, you are in control of your own mental projector. If you're constantly seeing bad, negative stuff, change the slide in the projector. Like, that makes sense? Like, if you're just seeing hate and stuff, take out the hate slide and put in the love slide. And so you can start to manifest these things in your life. I believe this wholeheartedly, and there's actually experiments done about negativity. So I first heard this from a guy named Sean Murphy, and I looked it up right before I did this video, and I might share the image on the screen, but there were experiments done from plants, on kids bullying plants or talking negative to like a potato or rice. Guys, it was crazy. They put rice in a jar, 3 different jars. One jar was labeled like hate. Another jar was labeled like indifferent or just neutral, like meaning nothing. And then another jar was labeled love. And the only variable, right, that probably stored in the same temperature, was the same age, nothing different. The only thing different was the words spoken to each one of those controlled substances. So, is that right? Controlled, each one of the rice jars, okay? And it was amazing after 30 days what the rice looked like. So the rice that got the hate was black and moldy, and I could imagine probably stanky. And the jar that got nothing, not near as bad, but still started to mold a little bit, started to get some spots. And then the jar of rice, we're talking rice, was actually still like pure white. I don't know if it was still good. I didn't read. I just looked at the images and that was enough. Same thing with bullying plants. They had a plant that they gave love to, and then they had a plant that they bullied, like, and how that impacted the plant. And man, just visually seeing that and the effect that words, and don't tell me good vibes and bad vibes don't exist, man. When you positive, you pumped up and you around somebody, that infects somebody else in a good way. If you negative and you around somebody else, it affects them. Period, in the discussion. There's nothing nobody can say to tell me any different. And seeing that experiment play out is wild. And so you have to be careful. And it's not just from what things that you read, but it's also things that you think. Be careful about what you're constantly thinking. I want to read something that she said. She said, I was a pessimist. This is from the author Tiffany Millar. She said, I was a pessimist and proud of it. I thought I was just being real. Really, my thoughts and language were just manifestations of what I was pouring into myself. She goes on to say, I wasn't very happy and I did not know why. That was why. And the funny thing is when people say, real, one of the mentors, Ray Higdon, had said, a lot of people want to tell it like it is. And he says, well, telling it like it is just keeps it like it is. And that's why. Maybe that's what's real for you. And you just keep bringing that realness into your life. If it's not good, stop bringing it in. Stop speaking it into existence. Change the way you're thinking and start bringing on something different. And then she goes on to say that she really got into personal development, personal growth. She changed who she was. She became more upbeat, happy, peppy, and life got better. And then she went on to make a lot of money, become an entrepreneur and all those kind of things. And she said, I became that before I made my fortune. And I think that's a very interesting point because I used to be guilty of this. I'd sit back and look at somebody else and I'd be like, well, it's easy for you to be positive. Everything goes right for you. If I had, that much money, you must not be worrying about nothing. You got all this money. And if I had that much money, I wouldn't have to worry about nothing either. Like, I used to think like that. Most people think like that. And it's funny because they're implying that, no. I have my money because I first thought like that. And once I started thinking like that, then good things started happening. Then more opportunities come in. Then my relationships got better. Then the more opportunities I had at work got better because I changed the way I was thinking. Not my thinking changed after I received these things. It just doesn't work that way. Be honest with you. If you're, miserable, bitter, negative person, and then you hit the lottery and get all this money, you're just going to be a bitter, negative person with a lot of money. You're just going to be able to do more damage because you have more resources to do more damage. The same is also true on the other end. If you're a good, wholesome, upbeat, happy person, you got money, you're just going to be a good, wholesome, upbeat, happy person that's got a lot of money and a lot of resources that can do a lot more good. Like, money's not the deciding factor or opportunity's not the deciding factor in those things. And so I just thought that was interesting. I thought it was a great point. Be careful what you're putting into your mind. Constantly feed your mind with empowering, positive messages. And guys, this ain't something that's once a week. You can't do it once a week. You can't do it once a month. You can't go to one seminar. It's got to be daily. If you want to be positive on a daily, consistent basis, then you need to feed your mind on a daily, consistent basis. Whatever that looks like for you, figure it out, find it, and do it on a regular. And people say motivation is like a bath, right? Like, I don't take a bath once a month. You take a bath every day. And so with all the negativity that's out in the world that you're constantly fighting against and battling with, it slips in. You've got to combat that with positive things. And I saw something the other day yesterday or last night, that powerful thoughts and feelings are 100 times more powerful than negative. So on a good note, even though you might be getting smaller doses of negative, these really empowering thoughts will overpower the negative. And so that's a good little piece of information. I hope y'all like this one, man. I'm passionate about this type of stuff. That's why this video ran a little bit longer than some of the ones I have been doing, because I really believe in this. And I want you to be able to experience the most out of life. And that first comes with a positive mindset and learning how your programming works. Program it for good so you can get good. Program it for the most so you can get the most. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We do have a weight loss design private Facebook group. If anybody out there is looking for weight loss, looking for health, looking for empowering, motivating stuff, we have a private group for that. If that's something you're interested in, if you like this kind of stuff, you'll love it over there. Shoot me a message, comment below, let me know that's something you want to be involved in. It is a private Facebook group. I can get you added to that. Guys, hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, I'm out.